lovely human. Welcome to Little Flower Tarot, your floral oracle. My name is Krista, and today we are tapping into what you're worthy of. We are asking the question, as simple as that, what are you worthy of? And my premise and my intention and my knowing for you is that you are absolutely worthy of a beautiful life. You are worthy of a life that exemplifies the true essence of who you are. You are worthy of a life of abundance, of love, of freedom, of joy, of true expression of your authentic soul nature. And with each group today, we are going to tap into a little bit more detail of what exactly you are worthy of in this life. And quite frankly, what is your divine birthright? So we are also going to do a free Infinite Prayer Energy Healing session for this reading. My intention for the energy healing session is to tap into the essence of kind of what we tapped into in the reading. So let's say we tapped into a beautiful, healthy partnership in one of the readings. In the energy healing session, I'm going to ask that you bring everything we tapped into that you wish to claim in whatever reading you picked into that energy healing session. And so the Reiki, the energy that I'm going to be transmitting, is going to be with that intention that I'm helping you amplify that, helping you root that down into your life, into your being, into your knowing of what you're worthy of, into a sense of knowing that this is inevitable, this is coming to you, this beauty, these gifts, this way of life, these relationships, whatever it may be, this abundance, this money, it is yours. It is your birthright, and it is inevitable that it will show up in the physical world. So that is what we're doing today. You can choose group number 1, group number 2, group number 3, or group number 4, and we will go ahead and get into the reading. Hello, group number 1. Welcome to Little Flower Tarot, your floral oracle. You chose this beautiful chive flower, so it is one that is just beginning to bloom. So the way I'm looking at this is there's something manifesting in your life that is at the beginning stages of manifestation, and it is inevitable that it will bloom to full fruition. But yeah, so today's reading, my intention is to tap into what you're worthy of. And my intention is to deepen into it into a way that it expresses how this is actually your divine birthright. This is something that is yours if you'll deem yourself worthy of it, if you'll claim it fully in your body and being, and if you'll follow the inspired guidance that takes you to get to receive whatever this thing, relationship, whatever it is that we tap into today, you are worthy of it. And also, another thing I'm doing for today is I'm offering an energy healing session, an Infinite Prayer Energy Healing session for free. So there will be another video that I post at the exact same time as this reading. And my intention with the energy healing session is to send Reiki, send energy healing, send this transmission with the intention that it amplifies this manifestation of whatever this is that we're tapping into, of what you're worthy of. I'll have a link down below for that energy healing session. So, okay, so the first thing we're doing is we're checking this oracle card, and this will be kind of an overarching theme to the reading. This is from the, what is it called? The Gateway Oracle cards. And you got being in the flow. I am in the flow of the universe. Okay, so with this being in the flow card, I am seeing you feeling like the divine is guiding you into a new phase of your life, into a phase of abundance and freedom that you've never known. I see you hopping on the ride and being so free in your being and being so aware of your worthiness, of the beautiful blessings that are coming in your life, that you have no questions, no doubts. And if you do, they just like fly right past your face, and you just keep allowing yourself to sink into trust in knowing that the divine is taking you on a journey into one of the most beautiful time periods of your life. There's a feeling of fruition. There's a feeling of things. I'm hearing like things finally coming into fruition, things finally shifting for you, things finally feeling like they are materializing, like all the work you've put in, all of just everything, like the blood, sweat, and tears you've put in, both energetically, mentally, spiritually, and also when it comes to how you're serving in the world. It feels like how you are making a difference in the world. It is what you are bringing and gifting the world with through your presence and through your work and through your words, through whatever it is, your craft. It feels like the natural law is in order, and you are finally receiving from the fruits of your labor, from the fruits of the work you've put in, and what you've gifted the world with. The world is finally gifting back to you what you deserve in return. So if you want to just look at this beautiful image here, it's like this is you, and you are on this boat, and you are confident, and you are proud, and you know what it took to get you here. So you know you're worthy, even if you didn't do all of the work you did. You know you're still worthy, and that God is blessing you because God loves you, and because you're worthy just because you are. But the fact that you have put in all this hard work, you have walked through some hard times to get here. You've had tenacity. You've had to push. You've had to, against all odds and against, others' judgments and others' perceptions, you've walked forward in faith and followed your gut, and you are going to have this beautiful sense of pride for yourself and for where and how you've trusted the divine and how you follow the divine's guidance. And like, it's just going to be like you and God walking here and just in full, like in just such pride of how far you've come. And it's just a really beautiful moment in your life. So this is coming. I want to pull a few more cards to just get some more context. So I am pulling a couple of cards from the Sacred Destiny Oracle. I'm really feeling the vibe for this whole reading, all four groups. I just want to show you what your destiny is. I just want to show you what your soul and your heart and your very being is truly worthy of. I want you to know how amazing you are, how beautiful you are. And I want you to know that whatever is coming to you, and it is good is coming to you, that you're completely worthy of it. Because I feel like, sure, I can tell you what's coming to you. As a tarot reader, I can sit here and be like, this is what's coming. This is what is the potential for the future. But if you don't feel worthy of it, or if you don't awaken to your worthiness of it first and foremost, then it's going to be a lot harder to receive. But what I see for you is this awakening to your worthiness. Like, it feels like you're so proud of yourself, and like, congratulations for whatever work you've done to get yourself out of the way and to actually be open to receiving what's coming to you and to feel worthy of it. So yeah, we've got trust and we've got change. So I see really big changes coming for you, and it's welcome changes. It really feels like you've been wanting a change in your life, and it's absolutely coming. And it really feels like this journey that you've been on has been one in co-creation with the divine. It feels like it's one where you've had to put your trust and your faith in God. You have put your faith in something invisible. You have followed your gut. You have followed your instinct over societal expectation or just well-worn paths that weren't for you. You have followed you've trudged, what's the word? You've trudged your own path. Like, you have, it's like that, there is beauty in the pathless woods, or there is pleasure in the pathless woods phrase. It's like, you have found pleasure in the pathless woods. You found it's been tough too. It's harder to walk the pathless woods because you have to walk through the thorn bushes. You have to walk through, there's like rivers you come across. How do I cross this river? There are like obstacles that you've been coming across, and everything has taught you something. Every single part of your journey has had purpose. And And when you enter into this next phase of your life where you're in the reception of what is coming to you, you will be on higher ground, like metaphysically, spiritually, like you will be on higher ground to kind of look back and see how far you've come and understand why you had to go through what you went through to get there. So when you're in it, sometimes you don't understand why you have to suffer or why you have to walk through heavy pain or heavy spiritual experiences or heartbreak, whatever it may have been that has been hard for you, or financial struggles, whatever it is. You don't really understand it when you're in it, but when you're on the other side of it and you've manifested your dreams and you've co-created with the divine to get yourself out of that situation and into a situation where you're standing on solid ground, you can look back and understand why you had to go through that and what it taught you, and feel it deep in the core of your being that you will never get yourself back into situations like that because of what you've learned through and how you've grown. Not only that, now you, having gone through this phase, you can take that wisdom that you've gained and you can share it with the world for people who are in the middle of the struggle. You can take what you've gained and spread your light and spread your truth and spread your higher awareness and understanding because you've actually gone through it. It's one thing to channel higher perspectives. It's one thing, like there are, like on YouTube, there are millions, it seems, of videos that pop up or like a channeled message from spirit, you know, but when you've actually walked through the bowels of hell to get somewhere, you know, and you've come out the other end stronger, more whole, more grounded, more full of wisdom, more full of knowledge. You have so much more to give than you understand. That is the heavy experiences that you've walked through are something that has taught you in a way that people who haven't walked through those experiences couldn't help others in the way that you can. There are certain people in this world that are going through heavy experiences that you are destined to help and destined to comfort and destined to guide through those dark experiences. And you will just completely, that's one of the pieces of wisdom when you're on that higher ground on the other side of everything, that is going to start trickling in, like, oh wow, oh my God, I needed to walk through that because I need to help other people who are walking through it. Yeah, so there's so much purpose in everything you've gone through up to this point. I love this beautiful change card here. It feels like whatever change is coming into your life, your inner child is going to be extremely happy with it. This feels like a very childlike, light-hearted kind of card, and it just feels like it's like your inner child is going to feel free and playful and jubilant, and there's going to be this light-hearted, like a playful, sweet, innocent energy and purity coming through that maybe didn't feel as safe before when maybe you were working on root chakra things like financial insecurities or spiritual or mental insecurities. You know, it feels like root level stuff that you've walked through. Root level stuff is definitely some of the scariest stuff to walk through. So, you know, it does feel like maybe you've walked through some heavy stuff. And like, yeah, that's scary stuff for your inner child, but it does feel like in this new place, like you've almost done it for your inner child. And when you're on the other side, like he is going to feel so free and so grateful and so loved and so cherished and so protected by you. So, really beautiful, like internal work you've done, it seems like, is really beautiful. And the inner protection of your own purity and goodness through all of this that you've walked through. Good job. So, okay, so I'm going to pull some cards from the Woodland Wardens, and then we'll get into the tarot. whoever this group is, like, I really feel and am grateful for your hard work that you put into do your shadow work, do the heavier stuff that needs to be done, to not shy away from that. But this message has this like reading has a really strong message of like, it's not always going to be like that. And you get to walk into a place of light and freedom and abundance and joy and security that you've never known. And you will still have that seed of wisdom and knowing and ability to help people who are in those lower places because of what you walked through. You don't have to hold on to it though. Like, you get to be free, you get to be happy, you get to be in flow, you get to have healthy relationships, you get to feel good where you're at, you get to have freedom, you get to live your life the way you deserve. Like, you get to be in like an environment that makes you feel good. Like, you get to unfold and be soft and be free. And that's what you're definitely worthy of. Okay, a couple Woodland Wardens cards, some little animal spirit guides, and then we'll do the tarot. So, okay, so, oh yeah, oh my God. Yeah, the ram, the ram, and the dahlia. And it says determination. Yeah, that's like everything I just said. Like, your determination and what you've pushed through is amazing and beautiful. And wow, yeah, this is dead on. The bobcat and the blackthorn with patience. Your patience, your determination, your push, everything that you've done to get yourself to this point where like you're literally so ready to receive so many blessings and changes, positive changes in your life. You've done an amazing job, and you're more than worthy. And I almost feel like you know that, but this is just like a boost of like, it's good to hear it, from someone else. So, okay, so we're going to get into the tarot. I'm using the Mystical Dream Tarot. So this is a cool deck. It's definitely interesting. Not all the cards really make a lot of sense for the traditional tarot cards, but I kind of like that because you can kind of like combine meanings, like the imagery with the traditional meanings. So we'll see what comes up. A couple cards jumped out, so we'll keep those and pull a few more as well. Okay, so let's see what these are first. So we got the Five of Wands. The Dream Protector, number 4, which is the Emperor. The Sun, which I love for you. I love the Sun. That is the energy I felt like I saw you walking into from all this, the pathless woods you've walked through, these heavier energies you've had to process and heal and clear. I do see you walking into this beautiful sense of like trust in the world, trust in yourself, trust in the people around you, trust in your environment. Like this feeling of, like, the original tarot Sun card is this naked baby on a horse that's just like, like it's that kind of purity, like being in your purity and letting it see the light of day. Like, it's like your inner child feeling free and light. That's what you're walking into. The Hierophant, number 5. Yeah, and the Hierophant, I used to not like the Hierophant, but these days I'm starting to understand it more. And it's this feeling of this deep ancient wisdom that is unchanging and is like completely solid. It is something that's deep in the core of our being as like a human, as like the collective human species, or like the soul of humanity. We have this deep ancient wisdom, and it feels very connected to the earth. And it's one of those things, yeah, like I said, it's unchanging. And I feel like you have that inside of you, and you are going to be someone who changes the world through sharing your deep wisdom, like even just by your presence in the world. There is this deep wisdom that emits from you, just from everything you've gone through and everything you've learned and everything you've awakened to on this journey. Like, you are very wise and people can feel it. Number 3, which is the Empress, but in this it says the dream carrier. So I'm definitely curious about, we've got the Empress and the Emperor. So we could be talking about a relationship coming in. I really like that. And it says the dream protector and the dream carrier. That's beautiful. So it's almost like you're entering into a phase where all of the wisdom that you've accumulated, and just, it almost feels like you've had to go it alone, or you've had this sense of being like tight-lipped about what you're going through, or like this sense of having to kind of, do it all on your own and process everything all on your own. And it almost feels like there are people or a person that's coming in, I would say even a person, because this partnership, if you're already in a relationship, it could be a shift in your current partnership as it is, or it just feels like, I guess I'll get into the energy of it. It's hard to get into the semantics and like what everything is going to physically. So you will be the judge of that. But the energy I'm picking up on is that you don't have to do this alone. That's the message. You don't have to do this alone. You have support around you. If you're looking for a partnership or looking for an intimate relationship, or you're wanting more closeness with the people in your lives, like, that's available to you. So, and for a lot of you, I do see this like partnership coming in, because it feels like you are the dream carrier. You are the person who's carrying this beauty and this softness and this wisdom. And it's like someone's coming in to hold this space of like security, hold this space. It's almost like a masculine energy coming in that's holding this like protector energy to give you, to kind of like fill holes. How do I put the fill holes? Oh my God. Like masculine, feminine. Okay. Anyway, it's kind of like you having to do it all alone, where you have to make sure you're protected, make sure you're grounded, make sure you're secure, make sure, like all your needs are met. Like, and on top of it, you're going through this intense spiritual journey, this intense, like, just journey that is scary and is like overwhelming at times. And it's almost like you have to balance, like, you're grounding yourself and protecting yourself with being more intimate and more like intimate with yourself, being more vulnerable, being more raw. Like, it's like that's like the balancing act you've been doing. And now moving forward, there's going to be someone coming in to fill a space in your being that makes you feel so free to be in your more soft energy and in your more spiritual energy. So I hope that's like making sense. Is there another way I can put it? Like, it's just someone coming in to like take some of the load off you. And it's not even like it's going to be a burden to this person. It's going to be balanced and it's going to feel good for them. It's going to be like their utmost joy to take some of the burden off and to provide for you and to be a sense of security and protection for you. Like, that's what it feels like. So it does feel like this sacred partnership coming in. Yeah. Oh, I haven't gotten to we got one more. Let's see. So we've got, actually we're going to do two more. The Spirit of Pentacles, which is the Knight of Pentacles. And lastly, we have the Queen of Cups. Okay. Okay. Oh, there's some random card extra down here. What do we got? Aww. I'm just going to have to cover this up right here. But wow, I didn't even mean to pull this. It just was here. This is the Ace of Cups. But it's really beautiful in this deck because it almost looks like the Two of Cups. I think a lot of you are going to be entering into some sort of partnership with someone. I mean, look at this card. It's really beautiful. Or deepening into intimacy with someone, taking your relationship into a deeper place, or just there's deep intimacy here. Union, partnership, love, new love. So I'm going to read it like it is a new relationship and take it as it resonates, but it could be like, if you are in a relationship, it could be like a new era of your relationship, a new sense of connection and intimacy. So yeah, this partnership is going to be really important for you. You are worthy of a partnership that feels right, that feels like it's this feeling of when you're in it, it just feels, like I said, just right. Like, wow, like this couldn't feel any more right in my soul. This couldn't feel any more right in my body, in my root, in my very being. I know that I'm meant to be here right now with this person. This is it. Like, this is who I'm meant to be with. It's a sense of peace, a sense of groundedness, a sense of just like knowing that's effortless, that doesn't even, it's like there's no overthinking it. It's just a deep knowing. When you enter into like this person's space, it's like this feeling of, I've known this person for like forever, like for all my lives. Man, this freaking lamp, darn it. I really wanted that to be brighter. Hold on a second. All right, awesome. I've got the light bulb perfectly ready. I did not expect that I would have it right over there, but I recently organized all my things and got rid of a bunch of stuff I didn't need. And now I know where everything is. And this freaking organization is the shit. And is insanely helpful for someone who likes to live in flow and feminine energy all the time. Taking that time to organize life is great. And, okay, got my light. It's this rose quartz light. I like to have it on during all my readings. And speaking of rose quartz and love, let's get back into this. So, okay. So we've got the light back on. Maybe this was a relationship. Just using, everything's a metaphor to me. But maybe this was a relationship that you were like interested in, or that like had a false start. Like, because the way the light, so I'm taking it two ways. The light burned out. It like literally burned out. And it could be a relationship that had a false start, that you were interested in and you thought it was going to go somewhere, and then it like fizzled out and it didn't, for whatever reason. And that's getting re-sparked. Or it could be like you ending a karmic relationship or an old cycle, and literally like this burned out. So it's like, I got rid of it. I finally got rid of it because it was like going off and on for a while there. It like didn't know if it wanted to go out, and now it's out, and it's like, okay, time to get the new light bulb in there. And so it could be like a whole new romantic cycle, I mean, I really do think one way or another, whatever the semantics, the actual like physical representation of this is an entirely new romantic cycle for you, where everything feels much more effortless, much more easeful. It's two people who come together and enhance each other's lives, like light each other up even more, support each other effortlessly. It's like whatever you have to bring to the relationship and to this person is exactly what they need, and vice versa. So your lives are easier because you're together. It is just that beautiful kind of harmonious partnership. So the juxtaposition of the Queen of Cups mixed with the Knight of Pentacles is giving me this steady, strong, stable, step-by-step building of relationship. And the Queen of Cups is giving me this emotional intimacy, emotional availability. It's giving like telepathic communication. It's giving just like emotional harmony. So like the vibe I have here, it's so peaceful and chill, it's almost boring, but like in the best way. It's like this sense of like coziness and home, and like it's almost like I just want to go like cozy up on the couch with someone and just be, and like that is literally all you need in the whole world. So this is what you're worthy of. You are worthy of a relationship that just feels good and just feels right. And that's it. It doesn't have to be like, there will be passion, of course. Like, you don't want to be in like a dead relationship. There will be passion. There will be intensity when it comes to how much love you share between each other. But the overall like vibe is this harmonious, chill, like yeah, this is supposed to be how it is. This is great. There is one little, like there will be passion. This Five of Wands over here. Five of Wands is kind of a battle-y energy. But I feel like it's not like in a negative way. It almost feels like it's going to keep things interesting. Yeah. And with the Hierophant, yeah, I mean, the Hierophant could signify marriage as well. So, what is the messaging though here? Okay, let me get into it here, because there is this really like stabilized energy that wants to come through. You are worthy of a grounded relationship where there's no blindsiding. There's nothing coming from around the corner that's going to throw you off. This person's not going to threaten to leave. This person's not going to go anywhere. I'm feeling this super strong, rooted, like stabilized, like this is it. Like, I am not going anywhere. I found you and I am not going anywhere. I am planted here, like this Spirit of Pentacles card. Look at all those roots going down. It's like, no, this is where I'm deciding to plant my roots. Me and you. This is it. And it's only going to go deeper and deeper and deeper. Like the roots, it's going to be so healthy. And then I almost saw like the roots going down so deep and then like going out and then like sprouting up new trees. Like it felt like creating this entire forest with this person. It feels like, yeah, like energetically or maybe even literally, like you will help the planet in some way. Like that's kind of cool. Or like it feels like you're living on a piece of land that's like full of woods and trees, and using the land in a positive way, or stewarding the land in such a way that is healthy and good for the community. Like, I don't know, there's something with nature, something with land. Like you guys might work together to preserve land. Yeah, there's something really strong and stable about like the earth and the land between you two. What else? The battle energy, the Five of Wands energy is kind of cracking me up, because it's like, it's kind of like playful banter that sometimes there's like a competitive feeling. There's like this like fake argument. It's like you're pretending to argue. Like it's like, well, you did this, like, but you're both not serious at all. Like, well, you did this, well, you did this, and like you're pretending to be mad at each other, but like you can't be mad at each other kind of energy. Yeah, super stable, strong, grounded. Wow. I mean, the Emperor and the Empress is just, like divine feminine and masculine counterparts, like beautiful. Beautiful balance, beautiful harmony, so much love, so much purity, like with the sun. this is another thing that you're worthy of. So the energy that was coming through first was kind of leaning towards like how you're serving the world, but it almost feels like you are entering into a phase where you're receiving a lot of abundance, you're receiving the fruits of your labor, but also this person's going to come in and impact you in such a way that you feel so secure and so supported and so held that you have so much more freedom and energy and flow and clarity around how you can serve the world, what you can do. Like, this support is going to support you. This support is going to support you. But yeah, this support is going to feed your soul, feed your body, feed your very being in ways that you could have never fathomed because you never experienced it before. Yeah, this is really beautiful. So where do we go from here? Like, this grounded, amazing energy is here, and I'm just wondering, because I kind of just, like, it's giving me this vibe, like, what I want to do in this energy is, like, take a nap. It's like, oh my God, finally, like, I can just relax. I can just trust and sink into something or someone and, like, just know that I'm protected. I'm cared for. I'm supported. I know, like, I can go to bed, like, and truly rest. Like, I can truly rest my soul and know that everything's not on me anymore. And that's the vibe. That's the vibe. Okay, so are there any other cards I want to pull here? I need something a little lighter. Let me see. I'm going to pull something from the Starseed Oracle. I kind of wanted to ask the question, like, I don't know, for some reason the question, where do we go from here? It's like you've received, like, you've entered into this new phase of your life. You receive the fruits of your labor. You're living in abundance. This partner suddenly comes in and takes a huge load off your shoulders. You realize that you can rest in someone's arms. You realize that you are held and supported and loved in all the ways you need to be. I feel like you need to take a nap. I really do. I feel like you need to it's time to rest. Like this is where you can breathe and where you can rest and where you can slow down and you can trust and where your life, it almost feels like where your life begins, where your new life begins, where you get to live in this way where, like, a deep sense of security and trust in your ability to, like, just to know you're supported and to support yourself, but also let others support you or let this person support you. It's like this whole new beginning of living your life in a new way. Like, it's really beautiful, but all I want to do is take a nap. So I'm trying to bring in some higher, like, these Starseed Oracle cards are lighter. So yes, where do we go from here? Yeah, you're not alone, it says. Isolation, physical connection, community. Okay, oh my gosh, I love this. And we the Hathors, deep love, mother's milk, birth as a portal. So where we go from here, once you're in this partnership, in this union, knowing that your life is forever changed, knowing that you will never have to walk this path alone again, never again, knowing that this is only the beginning of feeling deep, intimate connections in your life, knowing that there are more people that are coming into your world that are going to support you even more. It's knowing that, like, moving forward, the amount of support through the people that come into your life and the world around you is going to be so great that you could, like, but at the same time feel so natural and so right. It's going to be mind-blowing, but at the same time feel just right and good and grounded and solid. So I don't even think at this point in your life you could fathom just how supported you could allow yourself to be by the people in your life. Because maybe you haven't experienced the kind of support your soul truly needs. And you're moving into a phase where this is what you're receiving. and you are completely worthy of it. And I just see you having an emotional revolution, like an emotional rebirth of feeling so connected to and supported by the people in the community around you, and your intimate relationship and relationships. This is your rebirth. This is the next phase of your life. And you might not have even known it, that this is exactly what you're walking into, but it is. This is what you deserve. So trust in it, claim it, and walk into it with full trust in your worthiness, full faith in your worthiness. Walk into it with an open heart and knowing that you are guided, you are supported by not only these beautiful people in the world that are coming in, but by your spirit team, by your spiritual guides, by your guardian angels. Like I keep seeing this Buddha guy energy, like hovering, like this beautiful Buddha energy just surrounding you, just with peace and serenity. And you're so supported in every way. So open up to that support. So what I'm going to do with the readings today, I'm going to do an Infinite Prayer energy healing session, an energy healing transmission. I send Reiki, I use prayer, I tap into everyone's energy, and I send the energy that needs to be sent, and the divine takes over, and you receive that in the way you receive it in your own unique way. So we're going to do that today. I'm going to offer it for free today, so it's going to be on the YouTube channel. So I will put a link down below for how you can access that energy healing session. I'm going to make it to be for all 4 readings, but my intention is to deepen into your worthiness and your reception. It's just like a co-creation. I just want to be like there with you to co-create this reality for you. So the link will be down below if you want to check that out. Otherwise, you can support me by liking, commenting, subscribing to my channel. I've also got some really cute merchandise. It has my bee logo that I had created by a Ukrainian artist. A really beautiful bee logo with flowers all around it, ladybugs around it, and it has the phrase, "Hello, lovely human." So there is merchandise you can check out. There will be a link down below for that. There are other energy healing sessions that you can actually purchase. There will be a link down below for that. Those are kind of extended off of other readings. What else? You can buy me a coffee. There's a little place where you can leave me a tip. It's called Buy Me a Coffee. That will be down below as well. And what else? I want to make sure I cover everything. I also have a YouTube channel called Soul Hearken. It is my heart and soul in video form, and you can check that out as well. But otherwise, I just want to thank you so much for being here. I really enjoyed this reading. You have such a beautiful, like, milky, for some reason the word milky came up, like this milky, I mean, that was here, mother's milk. This milky, this nurturing life ahead of you where you're so supported and connected to people, and it just feels right. It's meant for you. So yeah, so you're so blessed, and you're walking into a blessed time in your life. So thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate your presence. Bye. Hello, lovely human. Welcome to Little Flower Tarot, your floral oracle. My name is Krista, and you have chosen group number 2. So today we have the chive flower. It is basically an onion. It is in the same family of onions and garlic. So it tends to represent like a warding off of negative energy, kind of like, yeah, like garlic, and just like a cleansing, like a physically cleansing kind of energy. We also have beautiful white hydrangeas today. There was a lot about them being boastful, like boastfulness, but I kind of like that. It reminds me of like abundance and pride and just feeling proud of who you are, loud, and just being loud and beautiful and big and unapologetically, and then the white, of course, feels very like purity, but let's go ahead and just get into the reading. So my intention for this reading is to tell you what you're worthy of, and to kind of tap into what is coming into your life soon, what blessings are coming in, and tap into just the deep worthiness that you have and hold to receive them. The fact that they are your birthright. So hold on, I'm going to let my kitty Winnie out, and then we will get into it. Okay, so group number one was already a really beautiful reading, so I'm actually really excited to get into this. So your first card is Rising Above. I see only beauty and grace. So this feels like victory. And the first thing I thought of was victory over like a mental ailment, like something that's been mentally holding you back or like emotionally or spiritually holding you back. It is a victory over, yeah, like an energy that's been dragging you down or yeah, holding you back. I think I'm going to go ahead and just pull other cards to get some clarity. I'm going to pull some cards from the Sacred Destiny Oracle as supporting energies here, and we'll dig a little deeper. What is group number 2 rising above? All right, so we've got truth and protection. Okay, so it's giving me this really strong vibe of like if there are people or energies in your environment that haven't necessarily resonated with you or supported your highest good, energies, not that like they don't necessarily have to have been like malevolent or intending to bring you down or drag you down. It's kind of like just people that aren't as resonant with like your highest ideals and like the vision that you hold for yourself, the desires that are seated in your being and that you're walking towards. It's almost like there's this just like people around you that have not understood it, or didn't have the capacity to understand it. And so maybe it's been hard to seed in your manifestation of what you really want because you're surrounded by energies that are like just not in alignment, or it's like they just can't, it's like they can't see the vision. They don't understand the vision. They don't have those same desires. They don't have those same kind of dreams or visions like for their own life. So they don't really understand why you would or what it is like they don't understand you, it feels like. So with protection and truth here, it really feels like no matter what's surrounding you, this like deep protection of what it is you're creating in your life and what light it is you are walking into, is kind of coming in for you. So basically, like, it's like, okay, let's say you walk through your life or like you have to go to work and there's someone who brings you down at work or someone you're living with right now that like their energy isn't compatible with yours or something like that. It's like an everyday occurrence where like someone is, or something, some energies around you are just not letting you be in the vibe you want to be in, you know, like they're always kind of there, and it does take a toll, you know, it's every day. So it's kind of this feeling of like this deep sense of protection from those energies and rising above those energies that, and like reckoning with the truth of your situation and what's going on. And not only the truth of your situation and what's going on, but like the truth of who you are and what you stand for, like deepening into that light. Like it's like standing up for your own sense of what you know is true and good for you. Even if the whole world doesn't see it, the whole world that you're existing in doesn't see it, you know what you see. You know what you're worthy of. You know what's coming to you. You know what you're building, where you're walking, what you're creating, and you don't need anybody else to understand what exactly that is. And like in this card, there's like a face up here. It almost like, and they're like blowing wind. It feels like this, it's like they're blowing away all these energies. It's like spirit guides or angels or like God, you know, like your divine support is kind of like blowing away all these energies that just don't serve you. They aren't uplifting you, you know, and it feels like with the truth energy here, it's like you're awakening to like just how much these don't have to affect you. And like, how do I put it into words? Like you're awakening so deeply to what you know to be true, and you're doing it at all costs. Like, even if you make someone else uncomfortable with your truth, it's like you're not like damping yourself down to make other people uncomfortable anymore. You're standing in your truth, and you're doing it unapologetically. And like with this protection card here, it's like you are protected in that. And like, so I see, what I see for you is I see you walking in your light, walking in your love, walking in your vision for your future. And even though these energies are still there, they're not affecting you anymore. Like, you really feel that sense of protection all around you and inside of you. And you're deepening into that truth purposefully so that you don't allow other people to affect it anymore. It just feels like you've come so far that you've gone through it enough where you've let other people affect you enough that you finally just gave up on it. It's like, I'm not going to let people get to me anymore. I'm not going to let these energies get to me anymore. I'm not going to let them affect me. I'm not going to let them bring down my, like, harsh my vibe. You know, I'm not going to let it anymore, because I'm just like, and it's almost like you're bringing up the energy around you. Like, you're raising the vibration of the people around you as well, because you're like unapologetically staying in your love. I mean, I hate to be so like, I'm not someone who like is like, oh, all love and light. Like, I'm all for shadow work and being like honoring where people are at in their process and their journey. But if someone is basically like being kind of a negative Nancy when you are truly like walking towards something amazing in your life, and they just don't have the capacity to understand that that's a possibility at all, and like they kind of like, if there's any resentment or jealousy or that type of energy, like, you have every right to stand in your love and light and be in your power, you know, like, despite that. Like, there's a difference between standing in your truth despite energies like that and gaslighting someone who's going through a hard or difficult time. You know, there's a difference. So what I see you doing is like just standing in your light and in your vibrancy, kind of like I was mentioning the hydrangeas and how they're so like, there's this boastful, like there were some, I was Googling it, and there was like sometimes it said like this boastful or arrogant energy. And like, that might be the energy in which other people might take you, but that's not the truth. You're not boastful. You're not arrogant. You're just proud. You're just alive. You're just happy. You're joyful. And just because it rubs people the wrong way, that doesn't mean you're being like boastful or like your energy is negative. It's just something they need to work through to kind of understand that like that joy is real. Like, that's truly who you are, and that's what's possible. Like, as a reality of being human. So, yeah, boom. Okay, so I'm going to pull a few more cards. Let's pull some Woodland Warden cards to get some little animal guides, animal energy here. So far, loving this energy. You're stepping into your power. You're stepping into your grace, into your love. And like I said, I really feel like if the people don't eventually like come on board with your energy, like it'll fall. Like, people that can't like stand the heat will get out of the kitchen. You know what I mean? Like, it'll be fine. Okay. So we got the wolf and rosehip with guardianship. I love this. I really feel like I want you to know that you are protected. You are truly protected in your light. You don't have to worry about people hurting you, people stabbing you in the back, people misunderstanding you. Like, you don't have to worry. Like, you are so protected and so guarded. Nothing can touch you. Nothing can hurt you right now. Like, you might fear sometimes about, like, how do I put this? It feels like there's like a worry or a concern about like other people thinking negatively of you, or other people hurting you, or just like a concern, and take it how it resonates, but some concern of like not feeling as protected as you wish, like energetically, or like in a social circle, or in a space that you're existing in, you know, regularly. But this is really feeling like this strong, no, you are protected, and you trust in that, like root into that, and like trust in your worthiness of like your spiritual team, like your guardian angels, God, Jesus, like the divine is protecting you. You are completely protected, always. And like, yeah, this is just calling you into trust with that, Okay, so we also have the trout and lily of the valley with purification. Okay. Purification. Okay. Purification. Okay. Yeah, it's kind of like this vibe of like, with purification, I'm getting this feeling of like, almost like a concern of being contaminated by the energies around you. And a worry that as long as you're in this space or around these people or whatever it is that you feel is kind of possibly kind of like contaminating you. I don't know if that's the right word, but like contaminating your energy. It just feels like, no, like you are pure. You are truly safe to be in your purity. And like if you're feeling any energies that like come into your space or your being, like those are not going to contaminate you. Like you are uncontaminatable. Like you are pure in your spirit and in your soul. Your very being is untouchable. There's this feeling of like the message is you are worthy of your knowing, of your untouchableness, like of your perfect, like of the essence of who you are, and knowing that if you ever feel like you've been hurt or contaminated by other people or outside energies, just knowing and trusting that like just be with it. Any feelings you feel in your energy, in your being, like it's kind of like just be with it, be aware of it, but let it go, because it's not yours to hold. It never was, and it never did like contaminate you. It never did hurt you. It just showed up for a little while in your energy and in your space, and it's time to let it go. I feel like there's almost like this feeling of attachment or like clinging to it, of like, oh my God, what do I do with this energy? Now it's like a part of me, or it's come here and I have to deal with it. You don't have to deal with it. You can just literally let it go. It's not yours. It never was yours. You can truly release it. Whew, yes. Okay. Next, I'm going to pull we're going to get into the tarot now. So I'm using the Mystical Dream Tarot. So these tarot cards are interesting. They are very beautiful. The artwork is very beautiful. Sometimes they don't make sense with like the Knight of Cups, or you know what I mean? Like the artwork doesn't make sense with the traditional tarot, like Rider-Waite tarot. But I kind of like that because you can take the traditional meaning and also use the artwork to evoke its own unique message. So we will see what we get with these beautiful Mystical Dream Tarot cards. I kind of like that too, because it is called Mystical Dreams. So like it could be like dream statey, where like things don't quite make sense, but there's still like a message to pull from it. All right, so we got the Five of Pentacles. We got the Dreamer of Pentacles, which is the Page of Pentacles. We got the Ace of Swords, the Five of Cups, Temperance, the Innocent, which is the Fool, and we've got the Three of Swords. Okay. All right. Okay. So for some reason, the first thing that's popping out to me are the 2 5 cards. We got the Five of Cups and the Five of Pentacles. So 5 is a number of change, and this very much does feel like an internal shift that's happening for you, where you are standing in your power and where you are finally seeing the beautiful protection that is your essence, finally standing in your sovereignty and not allowing any energies around you to affect you. And it's almost like you're so strong and grounded in your very being that you don't even, it's almost like the part of you that was like perked up to negative energies of others, or like it was like you thought you had to try and intuit like the negative energies of others, or like negative, what's the word? Like intentions of others, and had to like have that weird antenna up where it's like, oh, I need to make sure I'm protected. I need to, and it's like almost like paranoia a little bit. It's like a little like, oh, I need to be aware of what everybody's thinking and feeling towards me because I need to watch my back a little bit. Like maybe you've been hurt. I would imagine, yeah, with the Three of Swords here, maybe you've been hurt in the past. Maybe you've been betrayed. And so that kind of part of you was struck, you know, that part of you that wants to protect you and keep you safe was struck. And then it's like that feeling of like you've done all this healing and you're not really attracting people like that anymore, and you don't need that antenna anymore, but it's still there. It's like it's habit. It feels like that antenna is finally being like laid to rest, like being pulled down, put down, and you're finally just like trusting in your inherent like intuition and protection, and knowing that like if there is a moment where you truly do need to do something to protect yourself, like you'll feel it in like that still small voice kind of way, like knowing that like I'm safe most of the time, and if I'm not, I'll get a gut feeling and I'll know. But otherwise I don't have to like be scared all the time, or I don't have to be worried or concerned or aware, like so hyper focused on like who's gonna stab me in the back or who's gonna hurt me or who's, you know, it just doesn't have to be there anymore. So that's really beautiful. That is a huge shift to make. Just being able to live in your light and your goodness and your trust, and that's all you need. Like feeling protected. Like, wow, that's amazing. Rising above everything that has hurt you in the past, and living in your innocence and your light. And like with the innocent here, this is beautiful. Like the Fool is the closest thing out of all of the major arcana, like, or any archetypes in the deck. Like the Fool is the closest to the innocent, you know, is the closest to the divine, the closest to your truest nature. And I feel like you finally get to just exist in that, and know you're protected in that. Nothing's gonna come in and hurt you or harm you. Yeah, so okay. So what was I saying about the Five of Pentacles and the Five of Cups? They're both kind of like lower, you know, like disappointing energy. Like the Five of Cups is about disappointment, and then the Five of Pentacles is about lack. So I kind of want to read the imagery though. Like this feels like a very prayerful energy here. It's almost like these two people here are like praying to this beautiful cup, this beautiful giver of gifts. And it's like they're surrendered to it, and they're praying, and they're offering up like everything they have to just say like, it's like this feeling of like, whatever I've done to get myself here, I let go. I let go of control. I trust in the divine to bless me in the way that I deserve to be blessed, the way that, like, it's like I've taken all these paths in my life and they've led down to kind of like dead ends or empty roads. And I'm finally surrendering to the divine and the divine's guidance and the divine's blessings and gifts. And it also is giving this vibe of like, you know, I thought I knew what I wanted, but maybe I don't. And so I'm finally going to surrender and let go and trust that maybe the divine knows more than me. Maybe the path I'm on can be shifted in a way that brings me true fulfillment, as opposed to what I, like, there's this feeling of like what I thought I wanted. I'm letting go of. So, okay. So, and then with the Five of Pentacles, there is, I like that there's an Ankh here. An Ankh represents everlasting life. So it's kind of like life after death, because this feels like a dead fish here, but then there's this beautiful, like, picturesque, It's like there's life. It's like life after death. That's what this energy kind of feels like. So it's kind of feeling like you've let go of your expectations for this life. It's giving me this vibe of almost like an acceptance of death. It's like, okay, you know what? I'm only here for this short period of time and I want to do it right. I want to truly surrender and truly trust that God knows what's best for me, and that while I do get to create the life I want the way I want to do it, like I have that power, that sovereign power, I also sometimes know that I get myself in trouble by going after things that might not necessarily serve me or might not be the thing that actually is going to fulfill me. It's just this feeling of letting go of control of where your life is taking you, hopping on the ride, and trusting that there's more for you than what you previously thought. So it's kind of this feeling of like, if we're looking at like the premise of my whole reading, like you are worthy. What are you worthy of? What is coming into your life that you're worthy of? It's this sense of surrender. And it's like, there's like this feeling of acceptance of the simplicity of your life, like acceptance of like, I don't know. It's kind of like patience, acceptance, like a slowness. It feels like looking around your life and like being okay with it no matter where you're at in the journey. Like if you've been in a pattern of being disappointed, like when you look around yourself and you're not exactly where you want to be, and so you're living in a state of disappointment with like the reflection you see around you, it's kind of like what you're being blessed with moving forward because you have surrendered and you've trusted and you've been like, you know what? I just want the divine to guide me, and because I don't want to live this way anymore. I don't want to live in this feeling of like lack, like I don't have what I want. I don't want to live in this feeling of disappointment when I look around at the world around me. I want to be like connected to my blessings. I want to be connected to the good that surrounds me in every moment. Like with this feeling of acceptance of like, I could die any day and I don't want to have lived my life not seeing all the blessings that are right in front of me. So yes, so you are worthy of knowing and feeling just how beautiful your life is as it is in every moment. You are worthy of being connected to your life in every moment. You're worthy of experiencing your life, the highs, the lows, all of it, encompassing everything, like in your heart space and in your very being. Like you are worthy of experiencing every little thing, every emotion of even like the heavier emotions. Like say you had to walk through the emotions of disappointment to get to this surrender point. Like you're worthy of like being intimate with those feelings of disappointment and letting them pass through you with love and awareness, and then surrendering them up to God and just letting them go and having that experience of life. That is part of the human experience of life. Disappointment, feelings of scarcity, feelings of lack, like being present with those uncomfortable feelings is a part of being human. And it's like this feeling of like, you are worthy of being present with what is and honoring what is and knowing that it's temporary and being able to release it because of that. Like you are worthy of experiencing life as it is and seeing the beauty and the bounty and the blessings that exist in your life right here, right now. You are worthy of that. So what else do we have here? So we have the Page of Pentacles. So this could be something you're working on. The Page of Pentacles is about like new projects, new financial ventures, like new prospects in as it regards to your career or to just any projects, career, I think. Yeah, and like so with the Ace of Swords here, it feels like this surrendering that you've done or you're about to do or you're doing, where you're letting go and you're trusting the divine to guide you and you're accepting your life. It feels like it's going to lead you to new insights that are going to guide you in a direction that is going to create the change you wish to see in your life. So you're going to have new inspiration. You're going to have new motivation. You're going to have a new understanding of your path and why you are where you are and what steps you need to take to get to the next phase of your life. And those steps, it feels like they're going to be like laced with beauty and love. Like whatever steps that you're going to be called to take, whatever insight comes in that guides you, those are going to feel good, and you're going to be connected to them, and you're going to feel purposeful in them and in love with those steps that you begin to take. Yeah, like it just feels this feels very human. This feels very like grounded, and it feels like there's so much love here. Like, and I keep seeing these two. So if there's like a partnership where, and this might just be for a few of you, but if there's a partnership that has become stale, or like a connection that has become kind of like monotonous, there is like, I see both of you being in this surrender state and letting go and trusting this new fresh energy to come in. There is this new opportunity for an enlivening of the relationship, a deepening of intimacy, of healing with temperance here. There really is, I feel like, an availability for that. So that might, like I said, it might just be for a few of you, but take it as it resonates. With temperance, let's see here. So temperance is the vibe for sure. Like it really feels like a holding back, like a steadiness, a feeling of kind of slow and steadily regaining your sense of connection to your life and to your humanity and to the beauty that exists all around you. Like it's like kind of like you're going to start to see things differently. You're going to start to go out like for a walk and like a flower will catch your eye and you'll walk up to the flower and it will just have this like life to it that you didn't kind of understand before. And this is all stemming from your ability and your willingness to surrender what you thought you wanted. It's like, just, I give it to you, God. I'm not happy. Like I haven't been happy. So I let go. I know you will guide me into fulfillment. You know, I know you'll guide me into love and trust and like the path that feels good and feels purposeful. It's like that, you know? And it just feels like, yeah, like with this temperance, she just seems content, you know? And she's just, it looks like she has this like shovel thing and this water jug and she's in this beautiful rose garden and she's looking around and it's like she's finally waking up to the beauty that's been surrounding her this entire time. It feels like an awakening. It feels like a healing. It feels like a letting go, a releasing, a freshness. Like with the Fool coming in, this energy feels like newness, like freshness, like it feels like this, like pure and innocent rawness that's gonna come through, that's gonna help you and make you feel alive. And like this Three of Swords in particular has this man standing there with a knife and he's cutting chains off his hands. And it's like, God, all these things I cared about before, like that were holding me down and making me feel unworthy and making me feel like I wasn't doing life right, or like I wasn't, like this unfulfillment, all of this, I'm just cutting it off and I'm realizing I have everything I need right here, right now. Oh, definitely. I mean, look at this card. So like, look at all this fire around him. It's like a purification. Like I'm just cutting all of this, shedding all of this off of me, and this purification coming through. And then there's this little sprout right here, this little flower poking through, and this little light above his head, like this divine guidance to help him do this and just supporting him in this process. And then this beautiful little sprout coming through, and like, this is what I want to cultivate. This is my new life. I want to be aware of the beauty that's in front of me. I don't care if this is all I have is this one flower. This one flower is all I need right now. And it's just like, it's beautiful. Like, yeah, love it. Okay, so What else? So you are worthy of feeling alive. You are worthy of feeling in every moment for the rest of your life okay with where you just literally okay, like okay with where you're at in your human journey. And there will be obviously much higher times. And we started off with this message of you rooting into your light and you being in your joy and you not letting these energies around you affect you. I feel like that's step one. I mean, it just seems like a two-part kind of, it's almost like you're going through two things at once. You're both like entering into your light and being unapologetically yourself in your light and in your joy, but you're also, I wonder if this is like, how do these connect? I want to connect these two energies because it almost feels like two different journeys. So I'm trying to, yeah, let's see. How do I connect these? Like I'm hearing like each person who listens to this reading will understand how these two energies are connected. Like these two parts of the journey are connected. And I think that's that. Like there's really not, like you'll know how this resonates with you in your own unique way because every human journey is unique. So I'm just going to trust and leave it at that. And just kind of, I think I'm going to pull, what I've been doing is pulling some extra cards from the Starseed Oracle to kind of get some final messages here. Okay, so you got jump in. Okay. Andromedan energy, adventure, say yes to change. I love that because we have the innocent and we have the fool card, and the fool is about taking leaps of faith. So, and then we got activated earth, power places, ley lines, trust where you're led. Okay, so I'm getting this really strong message of like this Ace of Swords when I was saying like you're going to get this insight of like what steps to take next in your journey. And I'm getting this feeling of when it comes, it's going to feel really powerful and really scary, but it's going to feel natural to do it anyway and good to do it. And it's not going to be as scary as like you'd think. So like it's almost like a good fear. It's like when people do like adrenaline boosting things like base jumping, jumping out of an airplane, but you do it willingly because you want to do it because it's exciting. It's that vibe. It's like a little scary, but you're like so stoked for it. You're so excited. And also with this trust where you're led, activated earth, I don't know, I'm getting like travel vibes, like maybe you might be called to go on a trip. And maybe that's one of the scary things that you're called to do. But like, it feels like this place that you might be called to go on is going to have some like activations for you. Like the earth energy there is going to activate you in a way that's going to help you on your journey moving forward. So, do I want? Sure, let's pull one more. Whoa. Perspective. None of this matters. Zoom out. Common ground. Yeah, so this is like a night sky with an earth right there. That little baby earth. And this is the vibe, like kind of what, like letting go of the things that you thought you wanted. It's kind of like scaling out and just realizing like so much of the shit you've concerned yourself with or you thought you wanted or you thought you should care about was just like societal bullshit that's placed on us that it isn't something your soul really actually gives a shit about. It's just this feeling of scaling out and realizing what actually matters and not giving a shit about what other people think about your new way of like walking your path. It's a surrendering, it's a letting go. Like you are ready for this. You are ready to take this next new step into the unknown because you know it's leading you into soul growth. It's leading you into feeling more alive, more connected. Yeah. So, okay. So I think that's it. I don't know, you just got such beauty awaiting you, and I just want to give you like a little push real quick, because it's like this feeling of like you've got this, and such beauty is coming to you, and you like the fact that you've surrendered so much and you've cut away external bullshit that does not freaking serve you. And like, you're doing amazing. Like, this next step, you've got this. I don't care how scary it is. You know what you're doing at the core of you. You know that this leap of faith is necessary in your life, and you know it's only going to lead to good things. So just do it. Period. Okay, now I'm done. So for the reading today, I'm going to do an Infinite Prayer Energy Healing transmission for free. So I'm going to put the reading up here on YouTube. So I will put a link down below if you want to check that out. My intention for that transmission is to send love and Reiki and intentions to help boost the manifestation of this journey you're on. So in this particular case, I'm going to ask you to come into that space, and with this powerful claiming of this blessing that's coming into your life, which is this new way of living, this new era of your life where you've surrendered things that aren't serving you, the courage that you need to take this leap of faith, like just a deepening into the enhancement of this energy. If you'd like to claim this reading even more deeply, that's what I'm offering. So that's the transmission that I'm offering. So go ahead and click on the link below if you want to come into that space. Otherwise, if you'd like to support me, you can like, comment, or subscribe to my channel. You can buy me a coffee. I have a link down below to do that. You can also check out my merchandise, which is really freaking cute. It has my B logo that I had an artist from Ukraine make for me, along with the phrase on it that says, "Hello, lovely human." It is tote bags, sweatshirts, t-shirts, stuff like that, mugs. You can also check out my other YouTube channel. It is called Soul Harken. It is my heart and soul in video form. Anything else? Or you can check out my other Infinite Prayer Energy Healing sessions. There's a link down below for those as well. Those are basically these energy healing sessions that kind of piggyback off of readings that I do. So you can browse those, and if any of those call you in, they're very accessible. I've also got some free ones on my channel. So yeah, those are all the ways you can be supported by me and also support me in the process. So I really appreciate your presence. Thank you so much for being here. Bye. Hello, lovely human. Welcome to Little Flower Tarot, your floral oracle. My name is Krista, and today we are asking the question, what is it that you are worthy of? You are worthy of a beautiful life. You are worthy of amazing things. And so I want to tap into what it is that you need to hear that you're worthy of. So we're just going to dig into it. Actually, first I'm going to mention the flowers because I am Little Flower Tarot. We've got chives. This is an onion, basically a flower that comes off of an onion. You can eat the whole plant, which is kind of cool. So very versatile, useful plant. It is kind of similar to garlic, so it has very like protective, like warding off of negative energy vibes. We've also got these beautiful hydrangeas here, and they are representative, since they are white, they are representative of purity, innocence, and they were giving, like, a lot of things were saying they were like pride and boastfulness, but I thought it was cool. I was like, yeah, it's true. Like, the hydrangeas that I got off of this huge bush, they were, I mean, amazing. Like, there were so many of them, so much abundance. Like that's kind of what I'm getting the vibe of, that they are representing abundance and like boastfulness in a good way. Like, be proud of your abundance and your brightness and your beauty, like, and your bigness. Like, I'm down, you know, like, be proud of who you are, be loud, be proud. So that's the vibe. So let's go ahead and get into the reading. This is going to be an overarching energy, and we got renewing your life. So we got this guy pushing off a big, this is bringing me so much joy, and I don't know why, pushing off this big box of clutter. And why is this funny? It's like, he's like, ugh, get out of here. Like, and it says, radiant vitality is filling my life, exclamation point. So he's like, fuck this. Why have I been holding on to this for so long? And he's just like, it's this giant box of like nothingness that doesn't mean anything. And he's just like, I'm done. I'm done with you. Although it looks like he's littering, so that's probably not good, but I think energetically, let's just imagine that this disintegrates and poofs into thin air and, it's magical. But okay, so radiant vitality is filling my life. He's like, this is someone who is like, I am not putting, it's almost like you're kind of over your own bullshit. That's what I'm feeling the vibe is. Like, I'm done letting myself hold myself back. I feel like you're finally just feeling like, no, I'm worthy of good and I'm going to make this shit happen. Like, I am making my life change. I am bringing in the good things into my life. I am deeming myself worthy of it. I am deeming myself able to create the life I want. I am stepping into my power. I'm literally like, it's like kind of Queen of Swords energy. Like, I'm cutting away this shit with like ruthlessness because it does not serve me. Like, love ya, but gotta go, kind of thing. So beautiful, amazing. You're cutting out the things that aren't serving you ruthlessly. You're entering into your power and your vitality and your life. And I'm super proud of you and super grateful to channel this message for you. Let's see what else we get into. We're going to pull a couple of cards from the Sacred Destiny Oracle and see what we get. This is like, I was not acting like this for group 1 and 2, by the way. Like, I'm really stoked right now. Like, I'm so happy for whatever it is you're doing in your life. And like, there is this funny sense of humor coming through of like, fuck this. I'm done with that. I'm done with that. We're over that. I'm changing that. Like, it's like a lightheartedness. And I didn't cuss as much either with the other groups. So this is funny. Alrighty. What Sacred Destiny cards want to come out right now? Okay, here we go. You got, miracles and healing chaos. That makes sense. And this, I want to pull a couple more actually, because this one popped its little head out. Another rainbow. There are 2 rainbow cards here. And this one has butterflies on it and it says community. And then this one is an ocean card with a mermaid and it says wisdom. So healing chaos, miracles, community. It's kind of, I'm getting this vibe, like tornadoes are like a cleansing energy. Like, it's like cleansing. That's kind of the vibe I get with tornadoes, like Mother Nature trying to cleanse herself, like same with hurricanes and stuff like that. But it's like, it's chaos in the meantime. So like, if you're going through a time of change that feels overwhelming and a little chaotic, like there's this feeling of like, just trust, like and then the miracles energy is like the divine has their hand on this. And I'm going to pull a few more cards because I don't want to get ahead of myself. We're going to pull a couple of Woodland Warden cards. This will be nice because these are more grounded. Like, these are like animal cards, and we get some little like animal guides to kind of support the energy here. Let's see what we get. Okay. We have the porcupine and the anemone. I don't know if that's how you say anemone. It's a type of flower. So it says boundaries. Okay. Got it. And then we also have the possum and the peony with bashfulness. Okay. Okay. I'm definitely curious. This is very interesting. And let's get into the tarot. Let's just dig in. Let me see if I get anything. No, not yet. Tarot has to come out. It feels like you have sparked a huge change in your own life. Like, if you've recently gotten rid of a bunch of actual physical things in your life, like, that was more than just you getting rid of physical clutter. That was a deeper thing. Like, I feel like you've gotten rid of so much, like, internal bullshit that's been holding you back. And the physical things you donated or got rid of were just that was just like a action you could take to kind of represent that internal shift. And to make room for good things to come in. And miracles. I'm loving this miracle energy because it's giving me this vibe of like, you have no idea what kind of support you have on your side, like in the heavenly realms. Like you have no idea what, I'm getting chills. Yeah. Like you have no idea what miracles are coming for you. Like you don't even know. Like quit pretending like you know, like, because the funny thing is I feel like you know that amazing things are coming into your life, but you really don't actually know, which is amazing and beautiful because that's kind of cool. Like, you know, good things are coming, but the fact that it's going to be better than you expect, like, come on, that's awesome. Okay. All right. I've mixed these up pretty good. We got, oh my God, I love this card so much. It's the Dreamer of Swords. It's the Page of Swords. These cards don't make any sense when it comes to like actual interpretations of tarot, but that's kind of why I like it. It's like this, it's dreamy, you know? Look at this card. It is a woman with this like Triton thing, and swords are air elements. So that's why it's funny. It's like there's water, so much water here. But look, she has like milk coming out of her breasts, and then it's turning into this flow of like a river coming out, and she's in this crescent moon. There's a tree here. Like that, nothing of this says air elements. Like it's so funny. Maybe the sky, but that almost looks like rain too. Maybe the sky, the wind blowing through. But anyway, sorry, I digress. So I just wanted you to see this card. I don't know if I have a message. You know what? Do I? Let's see. Let's channel something from this beautiful Dreamer of Swords card. Because I got that message earlier of like you creating the life you want, you taking matters into your own hands. And I kind of get that vibe from this woman. It's like she emanates everything she, like the milk of her being, like the nurturing energy she needs, like everything's emanating from her and like feeding the world around her. So whatever it is that you have to offer this world, whatever it is that you are taking action in with this world, in this world, like it's serving the world. I like whatever it is you're doing right now to make change in your life, it is somehow not only serving yourself, like you have everything you need to nurture yourself, but it's somehow like nurturing the world around you, feeding the world around you. So you might not even know that yet, but it is like the people around you, the community around you, you're feeding the world around you. Okay, I'll keep pulling cards because interesting. We've got the Lovers, and we've got two people in this flower field, and like the guy's lying flat and the woman's like doing downward dog over him. Very interesting. Seven of Wands. Lady of Pentacles, which is the Queen of Pentacles, which is a badass card to get. And then we've got the High Priestess, the Priestess of Dreams. So I might pull more tarot cards in a little bit, but for now I'm going to sit with this. So I was just kind of like, I want to like mention this because like my exuberance that's coming through right now, I had this feeling of like, am I being annoying? Like, is my energy annoying right now? And I had this feeling like I should note it, because maybe that's something you feel sometimes when you're in your light and your exuberance. Like there's like, I was really getting this like almost like ADHD, like this chaos energy that was coming through. Like it's like someone who's like in their inner child and in their light and in their vibrancy, to the point that like some people might find it annoying. Like people who have like sticks up their butts might be like, oh my God, eye roll. Like this person has too much energy. Oh my God. Like that kind of vibe. Like how is this person so energetic and high vibe? And like, it's like they don't get it. And it's like Seven of Wands is about standing your ground, but it's giving me this feeling of like, it's okay if like you being in your effervescence annoys some people. It's good to be respectful, of course. It's good to, if someone's really feeling overwhelmed by your energy, like it's good to be aware of other people. If they're being respectful to you and kind to you, it's nice to have that reciprocal energy and not to be like an asshole of like, I'm going to be me no matter what, even if I'm making you uncomfortable. But I'm just getting this feeling of like, you're amazing. You're worthy of people who get you. You're worthy of people who love being in the energy that you exude when you're in this kind of like, even when you're in, like I am getting that like ADHD or like kind of like neurodivergent kind of energy where like you might question yourself when you're in a certain headspace or energy in the world. But it's just like a natural way of being for you. So like certain people might not understand it or they might be overwhelmed by it. And it's okay to, like I said, like there is this feeling of like, yeah, you know what? It's good to be respectful of people who are a little overwhelmed by some of your high energy. But it's okay. Like that's the feeling. You know what? It's okay. You're being respectful. You're being kind. You're being courteous. It's okay if you annoy people. Like there's like it's not the end of the world. You don't have to be liked by everyone. So you're just worthy of loving yourself. You're worthy of being okay with your squirreliness. You're worthy of, I love it. I am obsessed with this energy right now. So there are people that like with this community card here and the rainbows here, like it's just like there is a community that accepts you and loves you in your eccentricity. And like you're worthy of that. You're worthy of just being able to be yourself fully and have people not only tolerate you, like that's bullshit if people are just tolerating you because you're so cool. But yeah, like you're worthy of just being like honored in your weirdness. So yeah, that's one thing that wanted to come through. Maybe with this bashfulness card, maybe that's part of it. Like sometimes you're shy to like open up because when you do let yourself, like when you unleash your true self, like maybe sometimes like you've been called like a lot or, you might overwhelm people with your high energy. And I don't know. I'm just here to tell you like, I love that you're respectful of people, but also maybe if there's no one in your life, like if the people in your life, I don't know, if you have to dampen yourself all the time, you need a new environment and you need a new community. But if every once in a while, just to be respectful of someone's comfort zone, you are a little bit like muted, out of respect, like that's okay too. There's nothing wrong with that. So I don't know, take that as it resonates. But yeah, I don't think like overwhelming you should totally like quelch your voice or not be yourself. I hope that makes sense. Like I hope that's resonating in the way I'm hoping it resonates. But yeah, so let's move on. Yeah, with this boundaries card over here, it's like this feeling of knowing like where you're welcome to be your full self and knowing the environments that kind of don't really deserve your exuberance. It's kind of this feeling of like your exuberance, your lightness, your beauty, your weirdness, your neurodivergence, whatever it is so amazing and precious and beautiful that if there are environments where you're in those spaces and they are like eye rolling at you or they are making fun of you or they are, even if it's like lighthearted, if they are joking with you and it makes you feel like you're not welcome to be your full self, and or like I just think it's just disrespectful because I think that's a part of you that's like anybody should be so honored to be in your presence when you're in your higher energy and your funniness and your weirdness and your eccentricity. Like that's something that should be honored so deeply by the people around you and they feel so grateful that they have someone like you, like some fun person like you in their life to like bring out that side of them, or that's just a part of you that's just worthy of deep honor. And so if there are environments where you know that that part of you is not going to be honored, it's okay to not let yourself out in those environments, because you're kind of just, that doesn't mean that you are neglecting yourself. It's almost like you're honoring yourself so much that you're not like gonna let just anybody behold your beautiful energy. Like only the people who get it, only the people who honor it and see it for what it really is, are you allowing to see it and view it. So I kind of like that. It's like you have this, like with the boundaries over here, it's like you have your ability to shut it on or turn it on and turn it off when you need to, out of honor for it. It feels like this beautiful gift inside of you that brings joy and brings love and brings like fun. It's like a fun, light, beautiful energy. And like, yeah, like, I don't know. It's just this feeling of like questioning, like, you know, it's kind of like, oh, well, you should be yourself around everybody. And like, that's not necessarily true. Not everybody like deserves to see all of you. So you're good. So the wisdom card, what's going on there? Feels very settled. Like all this first energy here kind of felt a little like more chaotic. And then this feel, not in a bad way. That's what we just discussed, but wisdom. So what is this wisdom card? It's like calming the energy down. It feels like there's a serene part of you as well. That's like deeper and slower, and like that's another part of you that's like worthy of being honored. Like this is kind of like, feels like this Gemini butterfly energy. Yeah, there are butterflies in this card. There are butterflies here, like rainbow energy. And it feels like there's also this beautiful, deeper, serene part of you that's full of wisdom, full of love, full of like depth, that is you are so worthy of being honored in all of your elements, in all of who you are. You're so beautiful. You're so colorful. You're so vibrant. Like every part of you, like anybody would be so lucky just to be in your presence and witness you. So if there like are people in your life that aren't, I don't know, sometimes it's like you can just be taken for granted. And these beautiful parts of yourself that you show to people that like you just think, oh, this is just who I am, and I show it to certain people, and like I just feel like sometimes it's like let it be taken for granted, because it's like you don't know any, like you're kind of just around people that take it for granted, and so you don't know any better. Like I'm not trying to be disrespectful, like I don't know how to describe it. Like I just feel like there's such beauty inside of you, and you just deserve a community that sees you and gets you and honors all of you, and is stoked to be in your presence. That's all I'm saying. So if there are people like that in your life, that's amazing. That's an incredible blessing. But with the Seven of Wands being here, it is feeling like Seven of Wands is about like defending your position, protecting yourself. I feel like there is this sense of like, it is okay if you are not in the right environment yet to protect that part of you and to just express it around only yourself, or only like the few people that do understand it. Yeah, not everybody gets to experience it. Not everybody deserves to experience it. So, okay. I need to take a drink. I feel like we're entering into new territory here. So this reading is kind of all over the place, but I love it. I feel like that's part of who I'm reading for. So next, we've got, okay, the Lovers, the Queen of Pentacles, the High Priestess. So the Lady of Pentacles or the Queen of Pentacles is the one that's popping out to me the most. And the messaging there feels very much like you are worthy of feeling supported financially, supported materially, through your gifts. Like I'm getting the vibe with the cards here. There's like a book here, a bouquet of flowers, and then like a moon and a sun here. And it's kind of reminding me of like those are her spiritual gifts. And these are the ways in which she provides for herself. So I'm getting this feeling of like whatever your gifts are, not necessarily only spiritual gifts, like, you know, talents, gifts, whatever you have to offer the world, or whatever creative talent you have that you can share with the world kind of thing, you know? It's this feeling of you are worthy of being provided for and kind of like providing for yourself in that way. Using your gifts and talents to share with the world and to monetize them and to make yourself feel, to support yourself in a way that slowly and steadily gets you to live the life where you get to be fully yourself and you don't have to worry about other people not getting you. Because I was kind of like, when I was thinking about like people who don't get you, I did kind of picture like someone in like a workplace with other people who don't understand them or who are overwhelmed by their energy. And, you know, this feels like you are worthy of stepping into a life where you're just exuberant in your own being and using your gifts to share with the world. And then there's this beautiful reception of the people around you. This high priestess over here and her looking up to the Queen of Pentacles here is this feeling of like, I've got you. Follow your intuition. Follow, like, you can trust in your internal guidance. Like, come this way and we will do this together. Like, your sense of being able to be supported financially and materially through your own gifts. And then, like, I don't know, this, like, I feel like there's an internal compass inside of you that can lead you into that life. And that is leading you into that life. And she wants to be trusted, this part of you, this compass, this intuition. She wants to be trusted. She wants to guide you. Yeah, she's beckoning you forward. She's calling you forward into a new life, into a new way. And it's going to be all your own way. There's going to be no way like it. This is kind of like a blind trust in your own intuition and your own instinct. And taking steps in the dark, just guided by the stars, to get you to where you're meant to be, to where you're standing in a place where you are fully yourself, where you are fully able to do things on your own terms, in your own way. And because you're doing it in that way, that's what is why you're so well received in the world, and you're so compensated for what you do because of the way you're doing it, because you're doing it in your own unique way. There is no way like yours. So if you're trying to look around you and see like, how do I move forward with this new venture I want to do, or my creative projects, or a new work thing, or whatever it is, and you're trying to look at other paths and how other people have done it, there's no one, like, your path is not meant to look like anyone else's ever. You, like, there might be like other people who follow their own light in their own way, and that inspires you to do it in your own way, but their way is still going to look vastly different from yours. So this way of yours is full of color. It's full of like rainbows and magic and effervescence and lightness and a little chaos and just beauty. And your soul will guide you in the right direction. You have what you need inside to guide you in the right direction, and you can trust it fully. So yeah, the steps you're taking moving forward in your life, like, it feels like you are worthy of living a life where you get to just be yourself, period. And by being yourself, you're serving the world, and in turn, you're getting compensated and supported by the world in return. And that's what you're being guided into, or at least this reading is telling you is your opportunity. And it's all you have to do is follow and trust your own internal guidance system, your own heart, your own being, your own intuition. So you've got everything you need to take these steps, and like, the world will be so thrilled to have you. there's so much like that you can do to serve the world through your gifts, through just through being who you are. So the world is awaiting you. They want to receive you. There's something like with the lovers being here. There's this beautiful like harmonious energy here, and there's this feeling of just reciprocal like there's this reciprocal energy here of like, no matter what you do in this world, as long as you're being authentic, you're going to be fed for it. Like you're going to receive exactly what you need in return. And you can just trust in that. There's this beautiful trust here. Yeah. And like this sturdiness, I love that this 7 of Wands card, look at this. Look at this sturdy foundation. And I kind of like, it actually has a moat and a bridge. And we've talked about those boundaries, you know, letting people in who deserve to be in, and, you know, keeping yourself, like, it's kind of this feeling of like, naturally you'll have these boundaries. It's this feeling of when you show up as yourself fully and you offer what you have to give to the world fully, like you'll naturally have, like, the people who will be attracted into your world are going to be the ones who honor you, and the ones who don't will just naturally be like repelled out. Like it's just like so easy. There's this beautiful, easy, light, like inevitable kind of energy coming through. Like this is inevitable for you. You get to be yourself in all of who you are, and the world will support you for it. It's just a given. It's so beautiful. It's perfect. Like you have a community that's just waiting to receive you. Put your art out there. Put your music out there. Put your work, your voice, your writing, your whatever it is that you have. Like the world needs it and wants it. And like you're so beautiful. Like your color and your light is gorgeous. Your weirdness is perfect. Everything about you is what the world needs. So trust in that. You're worthy of being yourself. So, alrighty, that is your reading. Actually, do I want to pull, you know what? I've been pulling, yes. I've been pulling these Starseed Oracle cards. So I don't want to leave you out. So I want to pull some for you as well. We'll see what we get. Fall into my arms. Surrender. Holding the opposites. Extremes of life. Okay, so the fall into my arms feels like this beautiful, amazing, large community that wants to welcome you. I keep imagining like sharing like whatever it is, your art, your voice, your personality online, and the reception of it. Like people who love you for being you, and you bring so much joy and light and color, and you give people permission to be them, and it's like fall into my arms, like we're here to receive you. Just start being yourself and we're here, like I promise, you know. Okay, and then what else? We have water your garden, nourishment, body care, tenderness, rest. Yeah, that's kind of reminding me of this. All right, my card became full, so I had to change the doodad. But so with the water your garden card, it came out. Luckily, I didn't get too far down the rabbit hole. So yes, with the water your garden, it was just a message of, take care of your vessel. Take care of who you are. Honor who you are in all of your facets. And it's giving me this feeling of like, you're completely capable of that. And you've done that already. But it really is giving me this vibe of like, in all your beauty and all of who you are, like you first and foremost have to honor your eccentricity and your weirdness, and see it as beautiful, and then move in the world in confidence in that. And just knowing who you are, and people will recognize it, and that reception that people have of you and your trueness and your authenticity will feel natural too, because that's the natural way. Like we're meant to connect to others who see us and get us. Like it's not going to feel weird, you know, like it's going to feel natural for people to be there for us and honor us in all parts of ourselves. Like that will feel natural. So honor who you are and walk and step into the world in unique ways. Into the places, like online really feels like like your tribe will find you. Or just if you're thinking of moving, relocating, or I don't know, it's just this very strong feeling of your tribe will find you as soon as you start fully expressing what you have to offer into the world. In the spaces you feel safe and good to do so. So, all right. Yay. Thank you so much. This was your reading. I really appreciate your presence. So something I'm offering today is a free energy healing transmission. It is an infinite prayer energy healing transmission that is going to go for these readings in particular. And my intention with it is to help you deepen into your worthiness of what we channeled here in the readings. So in your particular case, I would have you come into that space with an openness to honor all parts of yourself, and also with this sense of knowing that you are so worthy of the world receiving you in all of who you are, and honoring you and loving you in all of who you are. You are so worthy of that. So I just want to help you deepen into that manifestation of that. So that's what the energy healing transmission is going to be for. I'll have a link down below if you want to check that out. Other ways you can support me, you can like, comment, or subscribe. You can also check out my other Infinite Prayer energy healing sessions. There will be linked down below to those. They are energy healing transmissions that are connected to different readings that I've done on YouTube. So they're very accessible, and if you feel called to those, they're there for you. Also, you can check out my merchandise. I made this really cute merchandise with a bee logo that I had made from a Ukrainian artist. And I also put the phrase "Hello, lovely human" on the top, or on parts of the merchandise. Got sweatshirts, t-shirts, stuff like that. Really super cute. So if you want to check those out, link down below. You can buy me a coffee / leave me a tip. Link down below for that. And last but not least, I have another YouTube channel called Soul Harken. It is my heart and soul in video form. If you'd like to check that out, there will be a link down below for that as well. But otherwise, thank you so much for being here. I hope to see you again in another reading. Bye. Hello, lovely human. Welcome to Little Flower Tarot, your floral oracle. My name is Krista, and today we are asking the question, what are you worthy of? You are worthy of such a beautiful life. You are worthy of such good things, and we are going to tap into just a few things in particular that you're totally worthy of. And something we're going to do at the end of the reading is I'm actually offering a free Infinite Prayer energy healing transmission today. It is going to correlate with this reading alone. And my intention for the transmission is to help you deepen into your manifestation of whatever it is that we've tapped into in this reading. So if you resonate with this reading and you want to claim what it is that I am telling you you are worthy of in this reading, feel free when you're done to mosey on over there. I'll put a link down below to that energy healing transmission and deepen into your worthiness of this. So without further ado, we are going to get into the reading. This is actually a chive. So this is the flower that came off of a chive. It's basically an onion. It's kind of similar to garlic. So it's got energies that are like warding off of negative energies, just very cleansing energies, healing. And then I've also got the hydrangeas present, and they have been giving me this beautiful feeling of abundance, of pride in being who you are, and all your boldness and all your loudness, and with the white, a sense of purity and innocence. So those are the flowers for today, and we're just going to get right into the reading. I've pulled a card from, what is this called? It's the Gateway Oracle cards, and this is going to be an overarching energy of your reading. And you got soaring into joy. Childlike wonder fills my life. Okay, that's a really beautiful energy to get. So something I was picking up on when I first started this reading was, I hate to say it. Well, okay, so I'm drinking this coffee here. And one thing I was picking up on was this, are you a coffee lover? I don't know. I just wanted to mention, I just have this amazing coffee here. It's so freaking delicious. So I'm going to be sipping it through the reading because I don't want it to go cold. But it could just be some sort of weird confirmation if you are a coffee lover. But I was also getting this crotchety old man energy. I know that's super weird, and I'm sorry if that's super weird, but like a grumpy feeling, or like it's like when life kind of gets to be stale and you kind of have this like kind of like, I don't know, it's like a stick up your butt energy, you know. I'm not saying that this is you. This could be like a presence in your life, like someone who's in your vicinity, or some energy you've had to deal with growing up, like some like authority figure, or you know, just kind of like this energy of like someone who dampens the fun of things. It's like a crotchety old man kind of energy. So I don't know if that's something you've dealt with, or maybe for some of you, it is an energy you've kind of entered into sometimes because life has become stale or something. Like, it's like well, like with this, it's so interesting that I pulled this card because it says soaring into joy, childlike wonder fills my life. And it's very much the opposite energy of that first initial feeling I got. So I don't know if that's a confirmation for you, if you have like people in your life or someone who's like a presence in your life that sucks the fun out of things, or there's like an uptightness that came through. So I don't know if like maybe you've entered into that space and you're kind of like mad at yourself for being uptight about things, or you want more joy in your life, you want more lightness in your life, lightheartedness. It could be any of those things. Take it as it resonates, but we will just continue with the reading. But yeah, I think I'm just going to pull a couple more cards and we'll kind of get some more depth and dimension to this message. So I'm pulling cards from the Sacred Destiny Oracle. And we'll see what we get. Okay. A few came out. Maybe one. Okay. I'm going to pull 4, actually. There's one more down here that wanted to come out. Okay. So we got solitude, forgiveness, enlightenment, and healing chaos. Group number 3 got healing chaos. Okay. All right. And then I'm going to pull a couple of Woodland Warden cards for some supporting animal energies. Oops. I feel like a lot of messages want to come through because cards are kind of like bursting out, like extra cards. It's like, feels like kind of urgent messages. We've got the Weasel and Pine with introspection, kind of goes with solitude over here. And then we got the Porcupine and Anemone with boundaries. Group number 3 again got that same card. They could be interrelated somehow. I almost feel like the energies of group number 4 are related to the energies of group number 3, like they're friends. Like the person who would watch group number 3 and the person who would watch group number 4 are like friends. I don't know. Weird, funny energy. Yeah, and then I think I'm just going to go ahead and dig into the tarot because I'm not getting anything too specific yet. Pulling tarot from the Mystical Dream Tarot. Really beautiful deck. This flew out, so we'll keep it. 4 of Wands. Oh, I love 4 of Wands for this. Something to celebrate. Okay. Queen of Wands. Fire energy. 3 of Swords. The Dream Angel, which is the Star. And the 6 of Swords. Okay, I might pull a couple more tarot at some point. We'll see. Yeah, I just keep getting this like feeling of like a stifling of childlike energies. So I don't know if maybe you grew up with someone who dampened your spirit, dampened your joy. It's this feeling of I'm not allowed to be free and light and in my childlike joy. So I don't know if it's someone at a workplace or like a partner or just some energy that has either been present or is present in your life that has dampened your ability to be in your lightness. Has kind of like made you feel like you don't have permission to be in your childlike joy. So that's really unfortunate. And if this is resonating, I'm really sorry that you've been thwarted like that. That's really uncomfortable and no fun, quite frankly. So yeah, I'm seeing like Aladdin for some reason, like Jafar and Aladdin and the genie. There is this very like childlike energy that wants to come through, like a connection with your inner child, your sense of what it feels like to be a kid, you know, like or maybe there's even a connection with the child in your life that is being highlighted. So you are worthy of healing the heartbreaks, healing the parts of you that have been tamped down by people or like society or the energies around you that have made you feel like you're not allowed to just be free and exist in your effortless exuberance and lightness and joy. Whatever this has caused for you, it feels like I see you, especially with this Three of Swords in particular. I think it was group number 2 that got this Three of Swords. But I really love this because look at this card. It's like it's someone who's healing themselves. It's someone who's breaking the chains of their past, breaking them off, like they're freeing themselves. And then with all this fire around them, it's this feeling of purification and letting go of just these things that have held them back and held them down and tamped down their spirit. And then letting this new, beautiful light energy come forward, like with this little plant down here, and like nurturing that instead. And also like following their higher self and their higher guidance with this star up here. I really love this Three of Swords card. It really speaks of healing. It speaks of taking it upon yourself to free yourself. And in this case, it feels like freeing your inner child. Giving yourself the permission to play, giving yourself the permission to simply just exist and be supported. Yeah, it's taking heavy burdens off of yourself. It's taking like societal expectation off of yourself. It's, yeah, with this enlightenment card, I see you walking through an enlightenment, an awakening to knowing that there is more to life than just work and just living up to others' expectations or society's expectations. You get to be free. You get to have fun. You get to live in joy. I'm really sorry if you've ever had to walk through an experience of your childlike energy being so like just stifled. That's so unfortunate, and that's not something you deserved or deserve. You get to free yourself. So that's a very strong message. Like your inner child, like you are freeing your inner child right now, and you're worthy of this freedom. Your inner child is worthy of this freedom. I feel like with the solitude card here and this introspection, it feels like you have recently spent a lot of time on your own to process kind of your awakening. Like you're kind of awakening to just how much outer circumstances or people have held you back or held you down or not allowed you to live your life the way you want to. Live your life in your joy. And I feel like if you haven't recently done this soul searching that this is kind of pointing to, it's feeling like that's what you're about to do, or that's what the guidance is. Taking some time to just reevaluate your life and the energies you've allowed to hold you back. And it's almost like this feeling of like maybe when you were a kid, or maybe parts of you didn't think you had the choice, like because when you're a kid, sometimes you don't have the choice, you know, you're stuck with who you're stuck with. And it's almost like this feeling of like, now you're finally free. Like now you're finally sovereign and you're able to cut the cords to the people who held you back, and you're able to make decisions for yourself. You're able to free your inner child in a way that you never were before. It feels like there's been a cutting of cords to relationships or people that have not been helpful in terms of you freeing your inner child. It really does feel like you're moving into territory. We've got the Six of Swords here, which is about moving into a new horizon, a new way of being, a lighter way of being, moving into smoother waters. You are definitely 100% moving into a new reality. Sorry, one second. I'm going to fix it. Lens was a little blurry, but I think I got it. But okay, so yes, with like, it's almost like you're moving forward with a heavy heart because you're feeling like, how did I really wish I didn't let so many things dictate the way I live my life and how I feel about myself and how I feel about how I get to live, you know? Like, it just felt like everything was trying to make you live a joyless life, and that's just absolute bullshit. And I feel like you're waking up to that and you're shifting your energy. So yeah, you get to live in your joy, and in your inner child is so happy and feels finally freed. I feel like this is a shift you either recently made or you're about to make. It feels very imminent, like it feels very present. The star, you've got the star here. The star is a beautiful card. It's this card of dreams come true. It's this card that says everything is going to work out way better than you could ever dream or expect. It's this feeling of, I also kind of like that there's a sea turtle here in this card. Like this slow and steady, like, don't worry, you're slowly and steadily moving into calmer territory. And like, this is an interesting Six of Swords card. It has like a tea kettle underneath here that's burning. And then there's a man with a crown on who's playing chess. And I find this interesting. It's almost like this feeling of like, you feeling like you've had to be strategic and play chess, like in a way with like the people around you, and like they were manipulating you, so you had to kind of like play the game kind of thing. And like, you're just no longer, like, you've cut the cords to these people and these energies that have made you feel like you have to live that way. And you're just, yeah, you're freeing yourself. Queen of Wands is about confidence. Queen of Wands is about standing in your power. I really like this Queen of Wands in particular. She's meditating, and there's like this little flame in her belly, and she's just calmly and quietly meditating. This really does feel like an internal kind of shift that you've made just through spending time alone in solitude. This Queen of Wands, you wouldn't normally think of her as someone who's living in solitude, but I kind of love this. It's almost like the flip coin, or the flip side of the Queen of Wands. Like, she is a very confident, exuberant, proud, like witnessed and seen person. But what did it take for her to get to that point? It took for her to spend time alone and to get to know herself. It took her to cut away all influences that were tearing her down and making her feel less than. It really took that part of her journey to get to the Queen of Wands. And I feel like you have walked through so much. You've done so much healing, so much cord cutting and cleansing. And it feels like with the Four of Wands here, like, that is something to celebrate. There is a milestone you've achieved. There is a shift that has happened for you that is saying you're never going back to the way it was. You are forever moving forward and allowing joy and love and lightness to be a part of your life. You get to enjoy your life. You get to be free. Like, yeah, you're cutting the chain, like the chains of like oppression, of like how these external things expected you to be, or just like influences that were like miserable people or miserable energies that like kind of just didn't even know anything better than to to expect that you'd be miserable as well. Like those are exiting your life. You're doing an amazing job, whatever you've done. There is like this element and energy kind of like of sadness here, because there is love for whoever this was that you're cutting away, or these energies that you're cutting away. Like there was love there. It's not like a total, it's not one of those things like being human. You can't just cut someone out of your life that you loved without feeling sad about it, you know, like no matter how hurtful they were or how much they held you back, like there's still sadness here, and that's part of the process. But it's healing sadness, like with this healing chaos. Like it feels like this transition is going to be a little scary or a little uncertain, and sad, because you're leaving behind what was familiar to you, but it feels necessary. And like with the butterflies within the tornado here, it's like you're turning in, you're like, you've been in this caterpillar cocoon stage of solitude, and you're going to burst into this butterfly, and it just might feel a little chaotic at first and uncomfortable, but once you're there, you're lighter, you're freer, you're flying, you're into the flowers, you know, like, yeah, like there's so much color and light that's about to come and enter into your life. So much freedom, lightness, jubilance. It's beautiful. I love, and then there's the boundaries card here. So that's about you staking your claim in your joy and not letting anything ever again get in the way of you being able to live in your joy and in your love and in your purpose. And yeah, like I feel like this is such a huge step for you in your life. And if it hasn't felt that way because you've been in like trudging through it, you know, like doing the hard work of cutting away these things that aren't serving you, and also walking through the sadness of leaving behind things that you once loved, that you loved or still love, it feels like you're doing what's healthy for you. And on the other side of it, there will be this, like this soaring into joy energy here. Like this childlike wonder fills my life. Once you're on the other side of this transition, that's the energy that's going to come through. You're going to feel more free than you've ever felt in your entire life. You're going to feel more true joy than you've ever felt in your entire life. And you're going to just, from there, you get to make decisions from now on. From that place of freedom and lightness and joy is when you get to make your decisions for your life. And you get to shift your life in the way that you want to shift it, without external influences telling you what's right and what's wrong and what way you should go and what way you shouldn't go. It's you're just moving into a space where like from like that inner child part of you has a say in the direction you're going, because joy is just as important as like financial security. Like, you know, like it's these things like joy is more important than what other people think of you or what people think of your decisions. You know, like you living your light and living your joy is more important than yeah, like how other people expect you to behave. Like, of course it's more important. Like, get out of here. No, like, yeah, you're doing an amazing job. I feel like you need to be told that, because it feels murky. The energy feels murky. Like the transition you're walking through feels heavy, and you're doing it. And if you feel like you're judging yourself or like not doing it perfectly, or if you feel like you're judging yourself for like being tempted to let people back in or not cut those cords because you feel guilty or whatever it is, that's okay. That's part of the process. Like you're still committed to this change. It feels like this change is inevitable. You've already made the decisions, like with the Queen of Wands, like you're confident in your decision. You've already cut the chains. You're moving forward. And I feel like there is a forgiveness card here. And it feels like naturally part of this moving forward is forgiveness of these people who have hurt you, who have held you back, who have thwarted your light, thwarted your innocence and your childlike nature. There is this forgiveness that's going to naturally come through for you because of your love for them. And like in in forgiving them, it's going to help you move forward even more. You know, knowing that you still get to love these people, but you're just going to love them from afar. These energies, whatever it was that you're walking away from, you're just going to love them from afar, and you're going to put yourself first. And that's the right thing to do. And yeah, you're moving into a phase of your life where, yeah, you just have more autonomy, more sovereignty, more freedom, more lightness, and more joy. Yeah, so, okay, is there anything? I almost want to pull some more tarot, I think. So, yeah, I'm going to pull a few more tarot cards. So, I think, like, if we're asking, what are you worthy of? You're worthy of freedom. It's freedom. It's sovereignty. It's the right to choose which way you take your life. It's, yeah, it's play. Doing what your inner child's always wanted to do, but never was allowed to. Okay. So we've got, yeah, like putting down burdens, the Ten of Wands. It's about burdensome energy. It's like, and then there's a crucifix here, you know? And it's almost like, stop crucifying yourself for other people. It's like I'm getting down off this cross. This isn't my cross to bear. I'm getting down off of it. There are these like two swordfish here. It feels like this has been hard, you know? This has been a tough decision. It's reminding me of the Two of Swords, like stalemate energy. And like, yet you decided to take the risks, you know, necessary to move forward and to get off that crucifix, you know? I don't know if that's what it's actually called. The big crosses, are those a crucifix, or is that just the little ones? I don't know. But, you know, yeah, put the cross down. It's not your cross to bear. The sun, yes, exactly. You're entering into this beautiful, childlike, exuberant light. Like, you may not know it, but because it's been so hard, but you have such light awaiting you and exuberance, and like, you are going to be so happy in your innocence and in your playfulness and in your newfound sense of freedom. Like, it's almost like your inner child finally gets to be a child again. And it's like the part of you that has protected that inner child is there too, you know, like you're still secure, you're still a responsible adult, but that part of you gets to play and be light and be free. And it's just the best feeling. Like, it's like, what you couldn't do for yourself as a kid, like you're finally like what no adult did for you as a kid, you're finally getting to do that for yourself. And it's kind of amazing. Like you're like reparenting yourself. And yeah, it's a beautiful energy. The Dreamer of Wands, which is the Page of Wands. So new inspiration. I feel like once you're through this transition, there will be like new sparks of hope and inspiration for your next steps on your path. Maybe a new sense of creativity, a new sense of like vision for your future, of like, oh wow, I've got so many opportunities. Like I've got so much inspiration. There's so many things I want to do. Like you'll have like a plethora of new opportunities and energy to follow your instincts and follow your creative impulses. Like there's just going to be this like new spark of life and energy that's going to come through for you. And last but not least, Two of Pentacles. So this is giving me, let's see. Yeah, like a playful energy, a feeling of taking care of the Two Pentacles reminds me of like your adult self and your inner child. And it's like taking care of both elements and having the freedom and the space to do so. Allowing more play, more fun in your life, while also still, you know, committing to your work and committing to what makes you feel secure in this world. Yeah, if you kind of see this, it is reminding me of like a childlike thing, like the way she's kind of dancing in this tree, and then there's like this light coming out of the hole here. Reminds me of like this Alice in Wonderland vibe in a way. You have everything you need to live just a very balanced, well-rounded life. And this is like, it feels like you've done a lot to create security in your life. And this is just the piece of the puzzle that makes you feel that much more fulfilled. Like letting this part of yourself out and be free. Protecting this part of yourself at all costs. Yeah, and judgment, again, we had enlightenment earlier, and judgment is about awakening. It's about a new way of viewing your life. It's about spiritual awakening. Seeing things from a higher vantage point. Yeah, witnessing a new reality. A new potential reality that's always been there. And you finally just unlocked like your third eye to be able to see it, and you made the decision to walk towards it. And like that Four of Wands, like that's victory. That's something to celebrate. So you have something to celebrate right now. So if there's something you can do, even if it's the tiniest little gesture for yourself, just to honor yourself in the decisions you've made to get yourself right here to where you're making this change, and honoring your inner child in this way, do it. Just any little thing. Like for some reason, like fire energy wants to come through. So like lighting a candle and saying a prayer or saying a gratitude, like a thank you, or like whatever comes to your mind. Fire element's strong. Just something that you can, where you can like mark this milestone, this choice you've made to shift your energy. Yeah, so. Okay, I'm going to pull a couple more cards from the Starseed Oracle, and we will see what we have. Okay, so you got a new earth. It's happening. Keep holding the vision. And empathic starseed, energetic sovereignty, absorbing what's not yours. So it does feel like you're still in this transition. A new earth, it's happening. Keep holding the vision. So the message I got with this is like, you're entering into a phase in your life where everything, like the things that have always been there are going to have new life to them. So you're going to like step outside in your usual backyard and like the usual tree or flowers that are around, and they're just going to seem more alive to you. They're going to seem more like, it's like the joy of creation and reality is going to be speaking to you through everything in your reality. Like, so like the new earth idea is like same old earth, new energy thing. Like it feels like a new earth. It feels like a new reality you're walking through. And with empathic starseed, energetic sovereignty, absorbing what's not yours, it's giving me this vibe of like you're learning to master your own energetic sovereignty, and you're going to be much more heightened and aware of where you've let people kind of determine who you are, determine what energy you get to embody. You're just going to be hyper aware of it now and more focused on deepening into your own sense of self and what you want, and making decisions around that, being more clear cut in your decisions around that, being able to say no to people more easily because you are more clear on like what's their energy and what do they want of me and what do I want. And you're just seeing like a line drawn there. And so you're able to distinguish between the energies, and you're able to make better decisions for yourself. You're able to say no more clearly because it's just more clear. You know what you want. You know what's yours. You know what's not yours. You know what steps you want to take. You know where you want your life to go. And so that's what you're going to do. You're going to get yourself there. So there's just so much like this sense of clarity coming for you. So claim that, embody that, trust in that. Okay. So, oh my goodness, I'm sorry this keeps going blurry. There we go. But so I believe these are all the messages I have for you. So what we're going to do now, we're going to enter into our Infinite Prayer Energy Healing session. I mentioned it at the beginning of this reading. My intention for this is for you to claim everything if it resonates, claim what we said you are worthy of in this reading. And in this particular reading, it just feels like you are worthy of your own energetic sovereignty, your own sense of decision making for who you are and what you truly want. You are worthy of embodying your inner child's lightness and fun and play energy. You are worthy of being free of the people and influences that have dragged you down and that have made you feel like you are not allowed to be playful and fun and free. So that's what I'm asking you to claim if you decide to come into the energy healing. And we will deepen into that in that energy healing. And I channel Reiki. I surrender. I'm very prayerful during the experience, and I just let the divine take over, and you'll receive that transmission in your own unique way and exactly how you need it. So yeah. So other ways you can support me. Oh, there will be a link down below for that. But some ways you can support me. You can like, comment, or subscribe to my channel. You can also check out my merchandise. It's super cute. It is this beautiful bee logo that I had created by this artist in Ukraine with the phrase "Hello, lovely human." So it's like mugs, sweatshirts, bags, stuff like that. You can check that out. There will be a link down below for that. And then also you can buy me a coffee / leave me a tip. Or you can check out my other YouTube channel. It is called Soul Hearken. It is my heart and soul in video form. There will be a link down below for that as well. I also have other Infinite Prayer energy healing sessions that you can browse, and they're very accessible if you'd like to check those out as well. So otherwise, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate your presence. Bye.